Remember, you have a diamond that is within you and you deserve to shine.
After I found Soul Rich Woman, that's where my life has been transformed.
When we first, approach her,
You were crying over the phone.
I never had this result before in my whole career.
we all have a dream, and now because we found our success, so we're here to share.
Number one is really focus on your dream and then build the journey. And when you build your journey, really look at all the things that is stopping you.
Selling anything online is easy when you are seen as a leader.
Time is money. Do things that give you results, because then you will not waste your time.
Compassion is not enough to tide you through. You need to really be able to do things what others are not willing to do. Business without emotions, then it's very difficult to understand how to help another woman shine.
We would like you to really step out and ask for help, really. Don't be paiseh, there's nothing wrong, we're just human.
I walk with you and I'm on a journey with you.
We are all trained by Janisha. Do it now. HTTPS
久了变得
//
leader man.
Thank you everybody.
这个好像在我在一次的 half time or something.
Good job.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't know why.
When you talk about this, the whole pool start to dance, you know.
You asked me about my dream. I teared, right? Janisha, I teared because it was something I did not think about.
When we give another person hope, it's the biggest gift give anybody.
When a woman changes her life, her entire community will benefit.
We are here, right here, just waiting for you to reach out to us.
Yeah. The key to unlock consistent success, the key to unlock that diamond within you, no other things involved. This is what you need to do and must do tonight. You can do it because I've done it. As long as you have a mentor who can take you from where you are now to where you want to be, you can shortcut your success. You can be different in order to make a difference. The Soul Rich Woman Blueprint is going to be transforming your life today, yesterday, last year. Because you took action today, I'm going to say more power to you. Hello and welcome to Soul Rich Woman TV for women who love the F word, being fabulous, having freedom, and financial independence. Above all, family. Welcome to the show. My name is Janisha Laura. Hello. And of course, we have two amazing guests with us. Well, first and foremost, we have Joanne Lee. She is a 14-year stay-at-home mom to instant podcast leader, beauty business owner, mother of three teenagers, 16 and 17. And then we also have Janet Aisha Quack, 25 years, MNC corporate APAC regional leader, 95 employee to instant podcast leader, mother of three. And last but not least, let me introduce myself once again. Hello. And of course, I am Janisha Laura, founder of Soul Rich Woman, the #1 leading female entrepreneur network in Southeast Asia, connecting more than 200,000 women across the region. Yes, so hello to you, and we are so glad to be here. And today, our topic is going to be talking about the secrets of your money blueprint. And very specifically, we're going to talk about rich woman, poor woman. What makes you a rich woman and what makes you a poor woman? Okay, this is a topic that is very close to our hearts. It's something that we love to discuss to help you to uncover during these very challenging times. How can you make money online? How can you have a side hustle if you have a 9 to 5, building a side business, a side income, so that you have a plan B, okay, so that you have a plan B. So it's very important that you stay tuned. We're gonna be here for the next hour, and we want to be here to share with you, okay? So let me bring back our guest for today. Yay, we are back. All right, so very happy to have our guest here. Now, this is the first segment of today's show where we're going to talk about secrets of the money blueprint. But first is always ask Janisha anything, okay? This is an Ask Janisha segment where you in the audience, if you have anything related to money, related to business, related about life that you want to break through, okay? Whether you want to have fabulous financial independence, family, freedom, okay? We want to be able to support you on your journey. So ask anything right now. Okay, so who will start first? Okay, Jeanette will start first, right?
Okay. Hi, Janisha. My first question for today's session is: in one of the live you mentioned that when you first started So Rich Woman, there will also be doubts, self doubts that will creep up. Yeah, from when you first started the community. I would like to hear from you. How did you handle that when there is this self doubt that creep up occasionally?
Okay, so you're talking about self-doubt creeping up in our life, right?
In our
And then
life,
what are
yes.
some of the self-doubts that I have that could have affected my business, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So I think one of the self-doubts that I have in my business when I first started or building my hustle, I think one of the biggest thing is what if I fail? That means haven't even start. I already start to think, if I do this, I most likely will fail. I will already think and predict that I'm going to fail. So I think this is the greatest thing that I was thinking about, because I need to focus first and foremost. So Rich Women only do women market. So when we only serve women market, it's only half the world, right? And it's only half the world. I don't serve everybody. So when that happens, and it becomes the market pie is very small, because we're only supporting women to own and love the F word. So then my first question is, what if I fail? What if nobody buy? What if, what if someone don't want my services after I built up for so many like I created the products and nobody buys? So I think these are the few concerns that I have. And I think to overcome all this self-doubt, if you're looking to build a side hustle, you're looking to have a plan B right now, especially now CB is here to stay and COVID is not leaving anytime soon. And even if you have a job, what can you do to make a difference in order to be different, in order to make a difference in your income right now? Okay, so I think that's something that you want to consider. So for me, I overcome by first rephrasing. So a lot of people say I don't know how to go online, so I just wrote down, because over the weekend I watch a movie again. So every weekend I watch one movie, right? Usually lah, and then I usually motivate myself. So it was about this movie about concussion. So this movie is about this doctor
he's a pathologist, and he found out that there is a link between NFL football players in America and they dying very early. That means dying maybe at 40 years old or 50 years old and dying very early. So he only see them when he's dead. So he speaks for the dead. So I watched this movie. I was quite inspired. And he talks about, there was this thing that he talks about. He said, there's certain things that we don't understand and we need to speak the truth, right? So when we don't understand certain things, like why are these deaths happening, or why are these situations happening, we don't understand. Or why are we thinking about why we are going to fail first? We also don't know why we have all these feelings and emotions. Most likely because of our family members, because of our father, because of our mother, because our parents lived during the war times or riot times. My parents have gone through the riot times, and when they talk about food, they always tell me don't waste food because it will we should not waste food. Of course, it's a good culture value, but also because they're also worried that what if there's no opportunity to eat in the future, right? So there is always some old mindset that we have, that whole aspect. So when we don't understand any situation, you just tell yourself, I don't understand it yet. So you can reframe your mindset by saying, I don't understand it yet. And then instead of saying, cannot, this business I cannot do, side hustle I cannot do, I can't change my money blueprint, whether is it I'm bankrupt or you're in 5-figure debt, there is a way out. You have to reframe your mind by saying, is it possible? Instead of keep thinking, I cannot, it cannot be done. So I think reframing is a very powerful skill that I've picked up along the way. And in the movie, it reminded me again, it's acted by Will Smith. So the guy who acts in the show is Will Smith. And the show name is called Concussion. So go search it on Netflix. So it's very powerful. I just feel that. So always reframe your mindset. So I reframe my mind by telling myself, it's okay, I don't know how to do. Instead of I don't know how to do, I said, I don't understand it yet. So the yet, give it a possibility. So I will encourage you to do that. Reframe your thinking.
Thank you, Janisha. I like your sharing from the movie that you watch. Concuss. Okay, later I will check it out.
Concussion, not concuss.
Oh dear.
Concuss and concussion.
Oh no, I just started a Facebook Live, think of concuss already.
This is quite funny. Okay, quite good.
Okay, concussion. Yes. Yeah. So for those of you who want to check it out, do check it out later. It's very meaningful in terms of how Janisha relate this learning of reframing. And my next question is, everybody has different money beliefs. Some may think, when I first learned about money blueprint more than 15 years ago, we had this, there's a tendency to have this belief like money is the root of all evil. I cannot have too much money, and this kind of beliefs, or maybe it could be from the family background, could be from learning from the environment. So Janisha, what is your belief about money before and after? When you first,
I think the money belief that I have that caused me my own problem was that I needed things to make me feel good. I think I talk about when I make my first $1 million, I started to buy things to make me feel good. I told you, right? I used to drive a van. Because I didn't have a lot of money. So I saved up. I bought a van for $30,000. And that was for quite many years ago. And I sold it away in 2012. 2013, I sold it away. I think 2012. I sold it away. But after driving for 9 years, so I bought a van so it's a G plate. And Singapore is a G plate. So I bought a van. I was driving a van for 9 years. Miss Singapore, drive a van for 9 years, wear glamorous gown, put on very nice makeup, come out from the van. Ta-da. So anyway, bought a van for $30,000, sold it for $17,000. After driving for 9 years. I would not say having a vehicle is an asset, but the van really helped me to do all my work, right? Going for events, running events, going for speaking engagements. It was such a pleasure to have that small, cute Suzuki van, the very small 面包车 that we have. And then
Mm.
later on, when I made my money, I started to spend because of when I was young, I didn't have a lot of money. So I always have a craving that I want to feel good. I want to have a lot of money to feel good about myself, right? So when I made my first $1 million, I buy a car, I changed to a BM 5 Series, and it was really chill car. And then I also spend money, like I buy jewelry, accessories, like Pandora, for example. So Pandora is not cheap. One Pandora with a lot of charms. So I usually fill it up to the maximum, right? And in the maximum charm, one Pandora bracelet can cost me $15,000. And I'll
Wow.
buy 5.
Wow.
Yeah. So can you imagine the kind of money and the way I spend money? And I realized that when I look at my downfall in my credit card situation, my personal spending. So my business is making money, but the personal spending was because I was not able to look at my money the way it was supposed to be looked at, because I felt that there was a feeling of emptiness, right? That if I were to have all these things, I will feel good about myself. So you talk about LV, Chanel, been there, done that, buy everything possible. But when we are there, we buy the thing, but do we really feel good? Of course, there are women who buy all these things, they feel good. But I realized that even after all these material things I have already, my question in my mind is, what's next? That's stupid. My brain will go to this mode like, okay, so you have all these things already. You have spent $15,000 on one Pandora bracelet. Okay, you have bought 5, for example. And then what's next, right? So I own all of them now. So what's next? So that 渴望 and that want to spend more, to buy more, to fill up the emptiness of I want to have more because I have no money before. So now I must have. So I didn't know I have this until I go for healing and I go for money blocks, clear my own money blocks. And I realized the money mindset that I have now is that fulfillment and purpose is way more important than material. Fulfillment and purpose is way more important than material stuff. So I understand when people tell me passion and they tell me, wow, they're passionate about things they want to do. I can understand, but if you have passion, you don't have system and process, you cannot grow. So today, in today's episode, when we are going to share with you in the money secret later on, okay, in the second segment, we will show you what it means in the rich woman, poor woman quadrant. Okay, of course, we adopt this from the rich dad, poor dad, the 4 quadrant, and we're going to go deep into the discussion today. And I just felt that if I had to know all these things earlier or have more awareness of these things earlier, I would not have suffered credit card debts, right? And gone eventually into different difficult situations. But you see, so how did it have that transformation? The biggest transformation is that you understand that fulfillment, purpose is more important. So find your purpose, find your fulfillment in your plan B so that you are not a slave to your job. You're not a slave to your credit cards. You're not a slave to buying material things for your business or for yourself.
Yeah, Janisha, thanks. I really like that, the slave. Yeah, so we hear the word slave. Sometimes we think, yeah, when we think that we buy things to make ourselves feel happy, but actually we became a slave.
Yeah.
to
我们是奴.
because of our wants. Yeah, which later we will discuss more about this topic.
So later on we will talk more about this topic. You see the rich dad, poor dad topic. So later on we will discuss about this, okay?
Okay. So next question for me is that when someone say that making money is difficult, so Janisha, what is your response to that?
Making money is easy. Okay lah, very difficult. Okay. so then difficult, then what's next? Okay. Yeah, because it's true, right? I mean, everybody will say, well, make money is so difficult. I want to have a side hustle. I want to talk about the money blueprint, Janisha, because you are rich, you are beautiful. But you know what? We are here every single Monday and Wednesdays in our podcast, in our Facebook Live, in our YouTube Live. We are here to share with you our secret so that you can see us and model after our success. Whether you want to talk about a side hustle, building a side hustle, like Jeanette, okay, she's now has transited out of her job. She quit her job, she was not retrenched, and then now 8-9 months no job, and still have headhunters calling her. And like Joanne setting up herself in her own online studio at home and still be able to do a business and serve international clients, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, the Philippines. She's still serving clients who are international. So how did all these people do that in even during this COVID time when actually they need to meet people, right? Joanne was meeting people still and all these things, but now don't even need to meet people anymore, and she still can make money and she can still do her things. So we want to be here to share with you, right? So for me, I think when you say making money is difficult, I really implore you to write making money is easy. Okay, I think since we are here, I might as well just talk about this lah. We talk about the rich dad, poor dad lah. Let's talk about rich dad, poor dad. Okay, so we're talking about the rich dad, poor dad mindset. Okay, so we're going to show you this slide. Okay, I hope it loads because I think the thunder is here again. What the rich dad will tell you versus what the poor dad will tell you. Okay, this is, I think, a very interesting topic that we can, since Jeanette has mentioned, I think we can just jump into it. Oh, but it's not showing. Why?
Maybe can reload it again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's reloading. It's just internet is not moving. We talk about money. A lot of things keep blocking us to talk about money.
So we have to send good intentions.
Good vibes, right?
Good vibes, yes.
Manifest good vibes.
Yeah. Let's see whether it works or not. Yeah, it's just not very slow now. Okay, so let me continue. Okay, so we talk about the money part, right? And we talk about making money is very difficult. So let's address some money blocks. Was there a time that someone ever told you that making money was very difficult? Was it your father? Was it your mother? Was it your relative? Was it your brother? Was it who in your family ever told you that making money was very difficult? Or was there a situation that happened to you that you were being betrayed in money, in your workplace, that you think that making money is very difficult? Because when you work and you're not happy, you are in a 9-to-5 job, you're unhappy, you would think that making money is very difficult. So first criteria is, first, are you happy? So if you're not happy with your work, you're unhappy as a person, you would think that making money is difficult. The truth is making money is easy when you're happy. And to be happy is to find your side hustle, join us, look at us, ask us questions, how we can help you to build your side hustle, to build your plan B, so that you can be a happier person, eventually quit the job or pivot your business so that you can be a happier person and not fall into the trap. So I think that's very important about the money mindset, right? Which is to really look into, are you happy as a person or not? Secondly, are you fulfilled with passion and purpose and fulfillment? Right? That's number 2. Are you having that? If not, then you think when making money is difficult. Because when we have passion, we have purpose, we have fulfillment, we have this thing called resourcefulness. Let me show you. It's on my, you see, I even have this. It's pasted on my computer. I paste it on my computer. So you see the sticker here. Right? I even paste it on my computer. It's always reminding myself it's about our resourcefulness, not the resources we have. You can have just $1,000, $500. You can start a business, right? What is it going to be, right? So it's so easy to do it, but how are you going to do it? How are you going to get customers? Last but not least, you must have customers. A lot of people make the mistakes by buying the products first and then try to sell it. I would say test the market first, bring the products in, and then sell it. So for example, I sell lipsticks, right? I would not sell lipstick by just bringing in like 100 pieces to sell first. I would maybe bring in 10 pieces to sell first and actually selling it. because only by doing so that we can really tell people, oh, okay, I can really sell. Then you bring in the 100 pieces. So it's the same thing that like when you choose something to do a plan B, to pivot or do a side hustle, you need to choose something. And then Charlotte was sharing with me, someone actually spoke with her and said she wanted to do a nail salon right now during COVID-19. Someone write to her and say want to do a side hustle. So she's a 9 to 5 employee. She want to do a side hustle, which is a nail salon. Really bad timing, Nail salon now you want to do COVID-19, I mean, so really need to find out what are the things that you can do. Nail salon now, it really very difficult if you want to have something that is big and you want to do something for yourself to do it, because there's a lot of human contact. There are other ways for you to make money, and that in itself we will discuss more during our Wednesday session on passive income for girls. What each of the rich woman, poor woman mindset, and what are some of the recommended businesses you can do if you are looking into doing a side hustle or plan B. And today we talk about all these things, okay? So is my thing loaded already? Finally. Okay, it's loaded. So Jeanette, we go about what the rich woman and poor woman want, okay?
Okay,
Then after we continue with the question.
sure.
Okay, let's see. Then I'm sure you have something to share, right? So
Yeah.
today we're going to talk about the employee, business owner, self-employed, and then the investor mindset, okay? So let me just bring you to this rich dad, poor dad, okay? So I spoke on the same stage with Robert Kiyosaki and Kim Kiyosaki just recently. Last year, I spoke on the same stage as Kim Kiyosaki. And this year, I spoke on the same stage, virtual stage, as Robert Kiyosaki. So I really realized and can see one thing is that, okay, let me just off this, okay, can see. Okay, so when we talk about mindset, okay, rich dad, what are the things he will tell you? What will a rich woman tell you? A rich woman will tell you the lack of money is the root of all evil. Will it really help you to? The lack of money is the root of all evil, right? It's the lack that is causing you all the problems that you have now. All right. And the poor dad or the poor woman will tell you the love of money is the root of all evil. So I personally think that to be a rich woman, you need to follow what the rich dad is also saying as well. How can I afford it? Which is resourcefulness, right? Study hard so you can find a good company to buy, which is actually investment. So like Jeanette studied how to get a good property. For us, we study how to get properties and also value investing. Then the reason I must be rich is because I have your kids. Okay. So when you are looking at really having money, how and what is your big why of having a money? Last but not least, learn to manage risk. Meaning to say, when you are managing your risk, when I talk about I'm afraid to fail. I remember just now Jeanette asked me, are you what is your thing that is holding you back when you're when you're self-doubt, right? What's a self-doubt? I'm afraid to fail. I'm afraid that I will not be able to do it. I'm afraid that I will not be successful. So you must learn how to manage your risk. How can you manage your risk, right? So poor dad or poor woman will tell you, play safe, don't take risk. Right? So study hard so that you can work for a good company, not buy a good company, right? And people will tell you, I cannot afford it. So that's the lingo I see in a lot of people whom have the poor woman mentality, not the rich woman mentality. So do you stand on the rich woman side or the poor woman side? Comment below this video. Do you stand on the rich woman side or the poor woman side? So you can comment below the video, okay, and tell us whether you belong to the rich woman or you belong to the poor woman, okay? Right. So good, very good. I love that. So Jeanette, yes, what is your next question?
Yes, thank you, Janisha. And my next question is, you have started as a young entrepreneur. And you shared with us also when you were 14 years old, you're already looking at how to make more money with less. And I would like to hear your advice for the listeners as well. That what would you be your top 3 advice for someone who wants to be an entrepreneur, who wants to start something on their own, but don't know how to go about it?
Okay, so for those of you who like to become an entrepreneur and don't know what to start, there are these things called the small startup businesses right now that you only need $1,000 or $2,000 to start, or even lesser, right? And you can buy some products to actually get started. So if you want to be a product-based business owner, but I think the business has a 3 key principles. Actually, I was just talking about it the other day. First key principle is, are you an influencer? Do you have influence online? Do you have influence? Because if you don't have influence now, with social media, if you have 0 followers, you need to build your followers first. I see a lot of women, they create a lot of products. I see, they create a ebook to sell, they create some products and then they just sell on their social media, push to our network, go into different chat group to post. It's a very manual, tedious work that they are doing. And they're not building up that followers, that influence. Instead, they like to just sell. Like, I just sell to you. So that is not a very accurate way to do it, because if you were to start a business first with the product and services and you try to push to people, eventually your network will run out and you become that spammy salesy person. You can sell maybe 3 books, maybe 10 books, but you'll never sell 1,000. You'll never sell 1,000,000. You'll never sell your first 10,000, and you will never make your first $5,000, $10,000 online. Okay, because you don't have followers and you have no influence, and therefore it's important to build that brand so that people know, like, and trust you. The second principle that you need to be working on is it's never about the products or your services. Sell and promote first and see if anybody purchased before doing it. I think that's very important. Yes, and really have something that you truly believe in, because it's always love your customers first more than you love your product. And it's never about the product, it's never about the services. It's about who you are, what do you stand for, what is your brand promise. And I've learned this by launching our own skincare range, by helping my mentor to launch his skincare range. And I've done this for quite many years, actually, more than, I would say, more about 10 years already. And I can say that in a beauty business, it's really, if you want to have a product, it's never about that product. It's how you market it, how you solve that problem for that client. And I'm sure you don't want to make a $70 for one product or a $20 for one product in a week, right? You want to sell like 200 pieces in a day, 200 pieces in a week, right? Or even 1,000 pieces in a week. So how can you do that? So that's something we need to look into. Last but not least, to even just get started, really do your market research and ask yourself, in this time, really, social media is so easy. Anybody can be a micro business owner, which means you can just have a social media account, an Instagram, a Facebook. I got this friend who runs online sell clothes one. He and his wife makes 5 figures every day. I'm not gonna tell you which page, but this, my friend, my former cafe retail chain partner, and his wife now sell clothes online, do Facebook Live, sell clothes online, make 5 figures every day. I almost fall off my chair when I hear the number. I'm like, 5 figures, how you sell?
Yeah. And it's every day, not every month.
5 figures, every day, because they got followers and their clothes have a type of pattern that people like, and they serve a need online. So after this, of course, Charlotte Mizuki, founder of Life Sparks, also went to do auction. Okay, because I tell her she go and try. I can tell you, don't make money. It's not really very difficult to make money. You sit there a few hours, you start bid $1. So I told her, let's do an experiment. So she did for 5 days. She brought in 2,000. She invested about $2,000. She almost break even, or maybe break even only. but it was definitely a good lesson learned. Didn't really make money because there's a lot of things behind a business that a lot of you don't see. You think that I just have an Evian water, the Evian water will sell. The Evian water will not sell by itself because I go online, I search Evian water. I will go NTUC and buy. I will not buy from you, right? If I were to buy, let's say, okay, Mary Kay lah. You buy Mary Kay, for example, it's a beauty product, right? So I'm using some of their products. Was Joanne, I bought from Joanne, right? Yeah, some of the products. So the products are good, right? So if the products are good, I will buy from her, right? But why would I buy from her and not buy from you? So this is something that you need to consider when doing a business. So you see, I can even mention MLM names like doTERRA, right? This doTERRA is an MLM product, right? If I believe, right? Not doTERRA is a essential oil, it's a direct sales lah. Okay, so same thing, right? Who I buy from, right? Who I buy from if I were online, right? And then there is only that few people that you remember and you buy from. Then again, how about you? If you have become the entrepreneur, you want to become that micro business owner, that plan B, the side hustle that you want to build right now to have money right now, today, tomorrow, immediately cash, then you must put in the effort to find out what are the things that can sell. But then again, if the thing is very popular, why buy from you? Yeah, so the point is, it's never about the services or the product. It's never about the services and the product. Okay, you look at, I don't know if you all know this blogger called Bong Chiu Chiu. Okay, so many years ago, okay, so she's very popular as a blogger, right? So I've seen her transform in the many years. She used to be my student. She joined an online contest on Channel U before. So I was the trainer in the contest. So I've seen her grown from a girl to a mother of 3, right? And I look at her, she do her beauty business. When I look at her, she used her influence. She sell first. She collect pre-orders first, even before the orders were in. If you look at it. So there is a pattern, a way to start a business, a side hustle, a 9 to 5, to quit your 9 to 5, to get out of your rat race, to buy into a business in the online world, right? So if that's very product based, how about services? Can you teach something? So me and Jeanette, we are coming up with some weight loss program to help women to do weight loss, because I lost 10 kilos, about 10 kg. I don't know if you've seen my photos. I don't know whether I want to legitly show the photo here today, but I think I shouldn't. But anyway, yeah, scared some of you go and screenshot, right? No, just joking. But anyway, yes, I lost about 10 kilos. And I believe if you see some of my videos on my Facebook right now, you see that I was really round. And by this method that I have, okay, we actually lost, I lost about 10 kilos. Without slimming pills, without exercise, okay, without slimming pills, without exercise, I lost 10 kilos. Jeanette, how many kilos do you lose?
10 kilos.
About 10 kilos.
10.
Oh, same lah. Yeah. So both of us, 10 kilos. We both lost 10 kg without slimming pills, without exercise, just by this eating method that we used, okay? And it's super awesome and super amazing. And we want to share it with people. So you can, if you have gone through something like us, you can also share your knowledge and expertise with people around you by selling a product or selling a digital, what's called an online course that take a person through that journey. So we are going to do this online course, right, Jeanette?
Yes.
Oh, actually, we're going to sell you our recipe. Don't even need to. Who wants a recipe to lose 10 kg in less than... Actually, I lost 10 kilos in 6 weeks. Yeah, about 6 weeks. Without exercise and without slimming pills.
Actually, Janisha, you are the one who inspired me to lose the 10 kg. Yeah, because I saw you at a Rich Woman event, and then you said that you lost 10 kg in 6 weeks or so. I was like, oh, I must do this.
Yeah, you can do it, and actually, eventually, you did. Yeah,
because yes, because I've been wanted to do that for many years, but I didn't. I keep bouncing back, and I didn't break through the weight that I wanted before I gave birth.
Yes. So you see,
Yeah.
both of us, because of our journey, we actually can share something with you, which is to create a service or product. So coming back to your question, Jeanette, you asked me, how can anyone be an entrepreneur? Anybody can be an entrepreneur, just whether you're a full-time entrepreneur or part-time entrepreneur, and whether you're doing this as a side hustle or a plan B for your job, because the time commitment and effort is going to be a little bit different if you were to do that.
Yeah, thanks, Janisha. So that leads to my last question, which is, people will come to you. Some people may say that, yes, I want to do side hustle, I want to do a business, but I don't like selling. What will you
Like you like that, ah?
say? Yes. I don't want to say me lah. I say somebody lah.
太了解你了。Okay, so for those of you who don't like selling, unfortunately, don't need to sell lah. You just need to, don't worry, don't really need to sell. You just need to know how to talk about money and collect money. I think Joanne will be a best person to talk about it, right? For many years, Joanne didn't collect money. Right, come Joanne, share a little bit of your story.
Yes, yeah. So, like Jeanette, I don't like to sell. I think I don't like to sell. I don't like to talk about money. So I have a very bad money concept, money. Just now, Janisha was just asking, what are the money beliefs, right, that you have? Is it someone told you before? Because since young, my parents, we always hear our parents say, 赚钱很难，很辛苦，不要浪费我的钱。You know, 我没有印钱. Money doesn't fall from the sky. Money doesn't grow on trees. So you would think that it's very, very difficult to earn the money. So when, and we also, for Chinese, when we talk about, we have this saying also, right? 谈钱伤感情. Right? So if I were to talk about money, it means that I'm very money minded. I'm a bad person. So yeah, so even for myself, when I do my business, right, I tend to become like most like what people used to say, very 清高, you know. I 扮清高. I don't 扮, but it's as though I am. Why? Because I willingly share and take my own investment money to go and buy all the samples and then going to give to my customers to use. When I say samples, these are real full-size products. And then I willingly just share, ask them to try it. And then after that, so I'll ask them, oh, how is it like and all that. And it takes me a really long time to collect back my money. And sometimes some of the clients, if they don't give me back my product, I also keep quiet. And then I'll just let them be. Yeah. So then that was when I realized that I don't understand why people who came to me and tell me, you know, to set up the business when they create direct selling. It's a direct selling company. So people are making money, but I'm the one who's not making money. So I never understood the reason why. And even though I work really hard, I'm not the kind that I'm very, very lazy. I also don't understand that, you know, but I'm also selling on my Facebook. And only through the investigation and through speaking to Janisha, then that's where I realized that because of the belief that I have, and also because, you know, in my Facebook list, I only had that 300 friends. 300 friends. So we all know that, you know, if you are really only just selling to the friends, sometimes they don't even see your post. If you really post a post up,
yeah,
how
it's
many
happening to Janet already. It's happening to Janet already. We need to all start to grow, right? We need to start to grow.
Yes. Naively, I thought that if I were to tell my friends will buy from me because I don't like to sell, you know. Tell my friends that I have this product, I'm in this company, come and support me. So the words that I use, right, would be 求求你帮忙一下, you know, please. So people will have this intention that, oh, they are doing me a service by helping me to use the sample. They're helping me. So of course you could see how it translates into business. Actually, it's not very good for business lah. I haven't break even yet. Minus, you know. Only when it was really through the change of mindset, the change of belief that I can sell, I can do it, I can sell, and it's not evil. It's not wrong to collect money from someone when they order something from me. And also, and most
And also
importantly is they must pay you first lah. Don't go and order, buy, pay up. Then after that, the person have a change of mind, and then you cannot refund the product back to the company, but you are stuck with the product because the client has ordered, but she has changed her mind. And you realize that actually most of us, when we walk inside the shop, you buy already, you say you want to buy, but you cannot return back the item, right? But somehow the people that I meet, they do that to me lah. Yeah. And also because I allow them to do it. So that's my lesson learned.
Okay, so you can see if you want to be a rich woman, poor woman, between the two, the way out really is to tweak your mindset if you want to talk about the money blueprint. And today we're going to talk a lot about the next concept, which is the 4 quadrants. So, but first, let's complete the questions any questions you may have as we go through the week. You may have questions, right? So, Joanne, you have questions for me regarding for Ask Janisha Anything segment?
Yes, yeah. So one of the question that a lot of people want to know is, how would you save your money right now? And like you're saying, before you're a spendthrift, right? So right now, how do you actually save your money, and how much goes to putting back into the business, or does it all goes to a saving account?
So I basically draw a salary. I basically I work with my partner James and the team. I basically don't take out all the money. So what I used to do in the business is how much I make. Let's say I bring in $100,000 this month. I will take out all $100,000 to spend. That is my spending habit. If I make $1 million this week, I will take out the $1 million and spend. So that was my concept of how I spend my money, right? So now I no longer do that. So what I do is for example, I take a very small percentage of my money out to use. So for example, we take $1,000. In $1,000, I will actually use the 6-jar method. I know it sounds very crazy, right? Oh my God, Janisha, you're already making so much money. You're already doing very well. Why do you still need to take $1,000 and split into a 6-jar? So this is an example, right? How do you save? It's a very difficult question because actually in the article in OCBC, when they did the survey, there's a lot of Singaporeans that say that they are not able to survive past 6 months of without a salary. So what I want to say is, even with $1,000, okay, you need to really have called a 6-jar method. So in one of the things that I do is I split into this. So this is a method by T. Harv Eker. He talks about the 6-jar method of saving, or what we call splitting up your money. So there's the financial freedom account. Okay, there's also okay, let me just show you. It's in my drawer. Very 方便, right? So people use jar, I use ang pao, can? I also have different sets of ang pao. So this is my ang pao. You see, 这个是真的, okay? 我没有骗你们, okay? 里面是有钱的, okay? So
Okay,
this is
next time I go over there and I take the ang pao. I know where to look.
Think which jar you want. I think I'll pick the FFA one. 里面最多。
Yes. So okay. So the FFA, can you see? So I put down FFA. Okay, this is a 10%. Okay, maybe I off the thing. So what I do is I have this is a FFA ang pao. Okay, financial freedom account is 10%. So I split my $1,000 into 10%. And then I have a 10% on education. Okay, so you see a 10%, and then you see I put EDU, where I put, here, education 10% over here, right on ang pao. Then I put the long-term savings and for spending. Long-term savings for spending is 10%. And then I have a play fund, 10%, okay, of my $1,000, okay, so 10%. And then I have a 5% gift. That means I give to charity. I donate 2,000 t-shirts to migrant workers, which we just did a project. And then we also donated $1,000 worth of masks to migrant workers for their care package. So it's under gift, 5%. And then 55% is actually necessities, like for my phone bills and everything. So even I think we talk about all these things like very broad concepts. So let me give you an example. I mean, I love being beautiful. I love being fabulous. Let's put it this way. And I have a monthly budget for my beauty expenses also. So I know Joanne we had this discussion before, and then she was like shocked, like, huh? 我都要自己要 budget, you know. So why? Because I feel that when I'm prudent with my money now, prudent, the keyword here is if I'm prudent and aware of my money now, I can invest more into what I want to invest in that will bring me even further in the future, rather than spend now for instant gratification and be poor for life. So are you a rich woman or a poor woman? That's the thing I want to ask you. Which path do you choose? So I even have, like I set a budget even for my beauty funds also, like $250 maximum. If I want to spend like either on my nails, manicure, pedicure, or my eyelashes, or whatever hair or treatment I want to do, I keep it within $200 to $250 a month, or even lesser. Yeah. So have to really understand what is important. Then how much should I put back into the business? 99%. I will not spend more than that, because it's the business cash flow. The business itself is the one that will continue to be the cash cow. So in the money blueprint, I always talk about don't kill your golden goose. So we have a golden goose. The golden goose story is about that goose that the golden eggs. And who can Jeanette tell the story? Are you familiar with the story of the golden goose?
Yes, the golden goose comes from the 7 habits of highly effective people. So basically, the goose. I try to recall the story in detail, but the goose actually will give birth to an egg, right? So the egg is actually golden. Why golden? Because basically the goose can actually you have to take care of the goose so that the goose can continue to produce the golden egg. So the golden egg is like the passive income, the income that comes from the investment, like the financial freedom account, whatever investment that you have, and then continue to generate that money for you. So we have to take good care of the goose, because if the goose die or ill, and then you basically cannot produce the golden eggs.
Yeah. So when you want to do a business or want to have like for me, we build up So Rich Woman, I see it's a golden goose, right? So there are multiple sources of income. So it's important to really take care of that goose and don't anyhow spend your money by using the 6 jar method. So mine is a 6 ang pao method.
Thank you, Janisha. Like I said, I will know where to look the line next time. Just kidding.
I must hide my money.
So next time I will know. Okay, yeah. So I also want to ask this question about what's the one biggest money or challenge that you faced when you were building your business,
Cash flow lor.
and
Cash
how
flow
did you?
Budget lor.
Mhm.
It's also C and a B.
and what are the measures, or what are the system that you put in place that helps you to overcome it?
Put the system in place. Make sure your budget, your P&L comes out, and then your projection, and then comes out lor. I mean, it's a very technical thing lah. Yes, to me, it's a very technical thing.
Yeah. So what happens for those people who are, say, they are just not very sensitive to this type of figures? What can they do for them if, let's say, they have this problem?
I would really say, whatever you make in total sum, don't spend the total sum. I know it's very difficult for you to do so, but you really have to look into what is need and what is want. What is in your subscription? Even if Netflix is a subscription that you think you want to have, actually there's a website that can watch all the free movies lah. But you know, so I'm saying is like you need to find ways to really live your life properly. And unfortunately, if now home-based learning, you need to buy like laptops and things like that, then no choice, right? You have to spend all your money on all these things. But seriously, look at every single cent, every single dollar that comes in and goes out. The more you watch your money, the more it will grow. So I think that for me is the biggest learning I have. The more I look at my budgeting, like monthly, what is the software that we are, because for us, so rich women, we are online, right? So we have a lot of software that's running. Not that many, but big, small is also not a very small amount in 1 year lah. You know, we can spend $10,000-$20,000 on a software in a year, different softwares in a year to run the entire business, right? So of course it can make us good money. But the thing is, every single subscription, you could ask yourself, is this really necessary? And is there an alternative? Spending money is easy, but when COVID-19 comes, spending money is also easy if you have a lot of money. But what for you want to spend all your money when you can actually use the money to roll further and go further during the rainy days like this and invest more, especially now? We're taking out all my money. I'm taking out all my money now together with James, going to invest. So even more, because now everything is going to go down to zero. Right, Jeanette? Everything is going to drop and plummet down. The properties are going to be cheaper. The stocks and shares are going to be way cheaper. So now he's studying which portfolio to buy, all these things. So now because because we did the homework before, we were prudent and looking at our money, and we are running businesses, and now we can even have more funds to look into investing for our next phase, right? So to grow our portfolio. So when you want to talk about money, there are different ways to do your money and bring up and grow your money. So yeah, so I think really be prudent is key.
Okay, thank you, Janisha. Yes. So what you mentioned that when you first do your started a business, this business is to help businesses to go online, for them to go online. So has it always been like that, or it has changed throughout the course of the 5 years?
So Rich Women represent how to get women to own the F word, being fabulous, freedom, financial independence, and family. I think the one that helped women the most is to have choices by first having financial independence, which means having a side hustle, which means having a plan B, which means having their own businesses. Whether is it on the side, whether you're a 9 to 5 employee, you can have a side hustle, you can have a second income, you can have all these things, you can have it all. Okay, so we believe in having financial independence first, because by having that, then you can have more choices to do the things that you want to do. Then only when women have choice, then they will move into fabulous. All women who got money in the pocket, 不愁吃不愁穿, the next part will be 要不要美，怎样可以变得更美，怎样可以变得更 confident. So it's always part and parcel of the F word that I've seen. Yeah, so I think financial independence is still what we are working on, and then later on working into fabulous. That's why we are looking into selling our recipes for weight loss to help women to really achieve, because a lot of things, like at home you can cook now that you can't really eat out. So yeah, we have a way and method, the cooking method, to help a woman to slim down. For us, we slim 10 kg, within 6 weeks with no slimming pills and no exercise, just by the diet alone and the preparation method. We can actually lose 10 kilos. Yeah. So how did we do that? So we're going to share with you how you can do that as well. Yeah. And by not replacement meals. A lot of people think, is it replacement meals? Must drink shake, all this thing. Don't even need to take all these replacement meals. It's just eat normally and still can lose weight. Suibo. Yeah.
I think it's very exciting. We'll probably they all want to know.
Joanne, first one, bye. I
Yes.
finish the first, okay? I tell you my recipe. And Jeanette inside, she will prepare the halal version.
Wow. Yes,
So we got 2 markets. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's always like what Janisha said. I totally agree that for a woman, first you need to have financial independence. That means you must be able to make money first, and then once you have that basic need met, the next step, like what's next for her, is definitely to look fabulous, to be more confident, and be happier. Yeah, thank you, Janisha, for sharing. So that will lead me to the second last question. When you say that women that women needs financial independence, how about the rest of us who are still want to build our business? How do we know who we can serve, and how do we know who we can sell to?
Wow, this is a $1 million question that everybody asks. Who can I sell to? How I know who I can sell to, right? I think like, because you do beauty business, beauty products, you really need to serve a need and solve the problem. And if is the problem urgent problem, so I was sharing with you that the blogger that was selling the product, you spray on your armpit. Let's say when you have kids, or when you as you get older, the thighs, in between the thighs, are black color already, right? Some of us are already, I mean, not me lah, but people who are pregnant with mummies, they have this problem, the stretch lines, and then the zhou of the neck, and all these things, all the hey, all a corners. So if you spray that thing on yourself, on your armpit, or on your legs. So she has shown, like, before and after, where it really helped the customer to have lightened skin, right? So instead of a dark patch under in between the thighs, it become more white, right? More lightened. And even you have scars, like eczema scars, you spray, it become lightened also. So when you see things like this, I mean, I'm not here to advertise for her. I mean, there's nothing for me to advertise for her, but I look at it and say, hey, she's really solving a problem. A lot of people, when they do a product, they sell a service, they are not solving a problem. They are not really solving a need. And it's how loud are you shouting as well. So coming back to the point, marketing is always important. And be the person of influence, woman of influence, like what we talk a lot about in our Soul Rich Woman Blueprint.
Thank you, Janisha. So that will lead me to the last question. What advice do you have for those who are right now, they say that they are having a difficult situation, they are stuck, even though they do want to move forward, but they are unable to? What can they do? Especially like in COVID, then they tell you, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I'm stuck. What can they do for now?
I think the first thing they need to do is to activate their resourcefulness. I think this is key. And also, come talk to me, book my time. It's only $68 for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Come and talk to me. If you're thinking about side hustle, you're thinking about building a business, you're thinking about working on your money blocks, the mindset blocks that you have, come and speak with me for 45 minutes, a coaching session, just to rid some of the mental blocks that you have now, so that you can break through, have clarity and direction in your life. Haven't even talked about business yet. Just talk about your life first. Sort out your thoughts so that you can go to the next level. I think that would be the best advice I would give. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right. Yeah, thank you, Janisha. Thank you.
Okay, good. So now that we've answered all the questions, let's move to the next segment. Today, we're going to talk about rich woman, rich dad, poor dad. And we're going to talk about the cash flow quadrant. Now, we talk about the ESBI, okay? We talk about employee, business owner, okay? The employee, self-employed, the business owner, and the investor. So I've met very powerful people and hang out with them. Like Kim Kiyosaki, we spoke on the same stage in Rich Woman in 2019. And of course, I met Robert Kiyosaki as well. And I realized that this quadrant is something that we must introduce to you today, so that you can have 4 different ways to produce your income. Okay, 4 different ways to produce your income. Now, I'm not going to go technical, but I'm going to share with you how each of us here moves through the quadrant. Okay, but I just want to say, like, for me, I am only in the 9 to 5 job for about a year. I was an occupational therapist. Okay, I don't know if you know as occupational therapist, but yes, I was an occupational therapist. I graduated as a healthcare professional. Okay, and then Joanne, she is a 14-year stay-at-home mom. Okay, Jeanette is a 9 to 5 employee for a damn long time, about like 200 years, Yeah. So okay, 25 years. Yeah.
Divide by.
The last 4, she counts 8 for you.
Yeah, we have a bachelor in statistics to count.
Yeah,
Very
that's
good.
true. That's true.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
hidden
we
in
have-
the cupboard, okay? It's hidden in the drawer. The certificate is hidden there for 14 years, okay?
Yeah. So let's talk about this. I think I like it. And why don't Jeanette, you start by sharing about what do we first and foremost, what is in the ESBI, and how can we help a woman today to build a side hustle? So while you prepare your answer, I just want to say employee. Okay, I'll just quickly go through what it means, and then later on we're gonna give you real life examples and how Jeanette moves through the quadrants, move through transit. And then on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we are going to talk about passive income for girls. Okay, so this Wednesday, we're going to talk about passive income for girls, and we're going to share with you. Charlotte is going to come in to talk about how she was in 3 quadrants at one time. Okay, so Wednesday, we're going to talk more about creating your own passive income product. So remember to like and subscribe to our show. Okay, like and subscribe to our show. Okay, so let's come back to here. All right, so today we're going to talk about this. All right, so Jeanette, why don't you share how you move from an employee and then to an investor? So I want to say Jeanette moved from employee into investor and was in 2 quadrants at this time, at any time. Okay, she was in 2 quadrants at any point in time. So why don't you share a little bit about that?
Sure. So before I share, I just want to give a little bit of context and a little bit of background about in terms of my money blueprint. So like Janisha, before I understand about this financial blueprint and transform my money blueprint, I was struggling. And I did not know the concept of, later I'm going to share with you about this ESBI. So I have no mentors and no coach. So I was basically spending everything I have and even more by having credit card and paying for things that I like what Janisha has mentioned. So whatever she said, I've done that, but smaller amount because I was earning less. Smaller. I was earning less than 2,000. You can buy 15,000 one Pandora. I can buy $15 one bracelet lah. One bracelet, $15. Less than $2,000 only. So
I also don't know why I did that lah. But at that moment, you take out the money and then you feel very good to buy that $15,000 of Pandora bracelet. I mean, it's not just one bracelet; it's a lot of charms. The charms are very expensive.
Yeah. So that was my that was my money blueprint then, and I wanted to break through because I was working, and I did not have side hustle. So basically, I was working, and what I know, which is in the employee quadrant that you see, is I have a job, and then my aim then was to get more money. So how to earn more money, how to get more money, but I do not know how to do it. But instead, I was spending more money while I was working as a 9 to 5 employee. So that was my first 10 years of my career when I was having that situation. And after that, when I learned about this EBSI quadrant, and also from T. Harv Eker about the secrets of the millionaire mind, and attended other programs as well, and I learned that to be able to start doing something is a shift of my mindset, because it is about my mindset, my beliefs about the money, whether money is the root of all evil. I do not have money. I have to rely on people for money, whether it's family members or my husband, or even have to borrow from friends. I did not borrow from friends, but I do know people who borrow from friends or even borrow from me, even though I'm already struggling with no money. So people still want to borrow money from me. So I was having this confusion state before that. What's happening to me? Why am I not having money when all my peers are earning triple than me, promoted, and maybe already starting to look at some property? And I was basically having only the HDB flat then, my marital property, and that's all I have. And it's not even like it's not mainly paid by me. It was my husband who was actually earning much more than me then, and also having a side hustle. So he paid most of the expenses, the house, while because I was already struggling. So I just do what I can during that time. Expenses including like house renovation, wedding, and then I had my first, second kid. And so after I went through this mindset shift, that is where I learned about the jar system, the 6 jar, which very interesting. This is the first time that I hear about the ang pao. So I really use the jar, the small little jar, and then later I actually transfer to be an account. So I set up different account on my bank, and then I'll transfer. This is for FFA, financial freedom account, and then this one is for education, this one is for charity, this one is for long-term spending. That's where I split the account. But the important key concept here is that you have to save first, because usually when we have the money, we tend to spend. Right? We are very happy with the money we receive. Wow, the paycheck. And then first thing is, oh, I'm going to pay my credit card bills. I'm going to pay my housing installment. I'm going to pay these expenses. This. And then you realize that you don't have much left. And worse is you have to borrow money because you realize you cannot continue to sustain the expenses that you have. And this happen is because, number one, our mindset. Number two, we don't have a system to follow. So the jar system, and which allows us to have a good start, is to, once you receive the money, you deduct the money out from your from the income. So as a business person, like what Janisha has mentioned, you have to set aside, you draw how much income. That's what we were taught also. Even though you have a business, don't think that you have the money and then you just spend it all, but you actually have that set aside the money, and you continue to divide into that jar system. So same for me as an employee, I also divide into the 6 jar. But you can start with small amount. So like Janisha say 1,000, for example, you can start with $100. If let's say you are earning 1,000 or even up to 10,000 or more, so the percentage will help you to make sure that you have that money. But one thing is also that I realized is that you may want to go back to the money jar and spend again. Because I actually short of money in here. I need more money to pay for the things that I want, pay for the credit card. And then you start to want to have very high temptation to take the money from the jars, right? So that is something to take note of. It's really about discipline. Because every day you have to tell yourself why you are doing this. Because the reason why will motivate you to overcome that temptation, so that you would not do it. Because the temptation will always be there to say that never mind, I just stop. I do this 1 month, and then next month I don't do. And then after that you do another month, and then you don't do. So the consistency is important because it's building the habit. In the beginning, it's not about the amount, but it's the habit. So back to me. So at that time, I know that even though I was not earning much, I could not save much. And I was also in credit card debt because I took up a program which is 6 times more than my salary. But I know that was important to me because the why is I want to achieve the financial independence. I don't want to be in that situation anymore. And I want to help my family to have a better life. And I don't want to be looked down upon. So it goes back to the childhood conditioning, as well as I don't want people to look down at me, say, after you have worked so many years, you are still earning less than 2,000 and you don't even have anything. So at that time, my mom was also a property investor, and that's where she also feel that I should save more, but somehow I was not saving, even though she has been telling me for many years, I was not saving. And the worst thing is I am in debt. So I also did not tell her that I'm in debt, because otherwise she'll feel ashamed of me, that asked me to save, did not save, but still in debt. So that was the burden and also the blockage inside me, that after I attended this program, that which further helped me to save my first 1,000 after paying off the debts, because I need to also look at how to pay off the debts. So wherever I have money coming, then I'll split. First is to pay off the debt, because there will be interest if you don't pay off the debt on time, and that will compound, and that will and you will find it more difficult to pay. So that's number one, which is to finish paying off the debt. And then from there, I can continue to increase the savings that I want. So I started with very small amount, and then I see how it grow over a long period of time. I mean, not very long, because I also do other ways to increase my income, accelerated my promotion. And then from the more I earn, the more I save. So the thing is that usually we will think the more you earn, the more you spend, because you suddenly have a lot of money, and then you think that, oh, I want to enjoy, I want to go for holiday, I want to buy things that I like. Yeah, I have been thinking of buying this jewelry or whatever that you want, or car, or a bigger house and things like that. But what helped me then was the delayed gratification. So the delayed gratification, why? Because I want to invest in the property. And there was a time when my late mom asked me to invest in property, but because of complacency, because I do not have enough money, and I told myself that not enough money, wait till I have enough money. But there was a point in 2012 that I realized that I could not wait anymore, because I was already at a certain age. And if I wait further, what if the opportunity doesn't come? And then the more I am in a comfort zone, the less I'm likely to make the first step. So I decided to invest in the first property, and I went into, that is where I moved from the E quadrant, which is diagonally, to the I quadrant, which is the investment quadrant. But before I invest in my first property, I attended a number of programs on, yes, thanks, Janisha. Yeah. So when we look, so just now I was in the E, right? So I've shared with you how I save, how I use the JAR system, and about my mindset, and also clearing my debts, move into the I. Yeah. So as I move into the I, before that, I was also looking at a side hustle. Side hustle, it will be under the self-employed. So that means I would want to be a E, and I also want to be in a self-employed, so that if I lose my job, I have a side hustle. So it was only a short time I was looking at the side hustle, but I did not pursue, because I want to focus on my job, in my career progression in a shortest period of time, so that my income can be accelerated and I can save more as I earn more. So just to touch on that, when I earn more, I save more. There was also a method that I was taught. For example, if you have an increment of 1,000 for that year, I mean, usually we don't have, unless you change job, you have a big increment. Otherwise, usually it's about a certain percentage for in the same company. So let's say you're promoted or you change job, you have an increment, and then it's 1,000. So usually we have 1,000, we spend 900, or we spend 1,000. But that 1,000, actually, when you have the increment of 1,000, don't spend the 1,000. Treat it as your expenses is still 50%. It means whatever expenses that you allocated, keep it at that number. So whatever extra you have, put it into the financial freedom account and use it for investment. So investment, which I'm going to share, which we move diagonally to the investor, your own investment. So what to invest? So I've also attended a lot of investment opportunities. Yeah, at that time, there's a lot like land banking. Then we also have trading, we have forex, options, and then overseas investment as well. And that time, I was also there was also this ATM machine where we can invest and sell. And then so there are so many investments, so I also blur. So what should I invest? Yeah, so I go back to what is close to my heart, which is the property, because my mom has been a property investor for when I was very young, when I was as young as 6-7 years old, maybe around that time. And she already looking at upgraded her property, and that's where she got her passive income. And I was really impressed with how she do it as a single mom, and with an employee, with a job that hardly gave her maybe $1,000 or plus, the manual work that she has at that time. And yet at the same time, she can have this passive income, which is pay for the installment of the property. And she was able to save, to have the deposit to upgrade to a private property eventually. And it was an apartment. Yeah, it was an apartment in somewhere in the east. And then later, she actually downgraded, and also able to continue. She downgraded. She was able to pay off the capital of that property, and with that passive income coming in, I was thankful that because in the last 5 years before she passed away, late November last year, I was able to utilize that to pay for some of the medical expenses, the passive income. So then it actually validate even more for me the importance of having savings, having investments, and having passive income working for you, because we only have 24 hours. So there's so much that we can do during that period. But I have to look at ways to how to have multiple source of income, and yet I am still able to have time for my family. Because when I was in the employee quadrant, one of the challenge for me was time. When I'm traveling, when I was busy with project, I was not able to spend time with my mom when she was very sick as much as I want. And I get really affected a lot when she has to call me when I was working and I was in the midst of training or projects that I have to complete, or I have to have night call, but I was not able to attend to her. But even if I attend to her, I was very tired. So I cannot focus. And I would say that I get upset with her and also myself because of the mental state that I was in. So and it started got me thinking again, how can I continue to have that kind of freedom, so that in a situation when I was able to quit, just like I did end of last year, July, there will still have money coming in, cash flow coming in, and I was still able to sustain the lifestyle that I want. So the investor quadrant, which is the property that I've invested in 2012, and I continue to research into property and also to actually look at a second property, and that was why I invested in the second property, which is the overseas property at that time. So what I did was that when I get bonus, I don't spend the bonus, so I use part of the bonus to reinvest back into the property, either pay back the installment or look at a new investments. So and later on the overseas investment also later last year we actually managed to get the money back. So it was also but it was over a few years when we did the investment. Yeah. So when I talk about the employee, I was also an investor. How I did it, which I shared with you, using the JAS system, cash flow, and also what Janisha said is very true, which is about budget. Because if you don't track what you spend, and how are you going to look at what you're going to invest? Because you will not know where the money go to and how are you going to spend the money. So I did a lot of research into the property, day and night, looking at different property, show flat, and also hearing from experts and learning from them as well, online, and also having a coach to help me to see what are some of the blind spot and what are some of the things that I can avoid, mistakes that I avoid, which is important because coach and mentor are there to help you to have a shortcut and to also share with you based on their experience what are the mistakes that you can avoid so that you are more alert and when you come to make the decision. So I'm at this phase where just now I mentioned that I want to continue to look at the freedom where I want to have that flexibility to spend time with my family and also to be able to be there for them. And if when they need me, whether it's the school session, events, or and they can see me and they know that I'm there for them. So it's not that the 9-to-5 employee couldn't do that. It's just that there are some restrictions. Sometimes, as much as a mother, we have different hats to play. I have ex-colleagues and friends who quit the job around my age. Because they come to a stage where when they are overworked and they have spent 20 over years in the corporate and they have been working very hard for themselves, for the family. And then they come to a stage where they want to take a break. That's what they shared with me because of aging parents and also the children are growing and the children are growing like myself. My children is 15, 13, and 11 years old. So these years are the teenager years where it is better if I'm with them more, talk to them more, communicate with them more, so that they will not deviate. So I believe women out there who are at this stage around my age is also thinking about this, thinking about side hustle, how to quit that rat race if there's an opportunity, or you still can continue have both 9 to 5, which I've seen my friends and my ex-colleague who continue to be employee and side hustle, and then when they are ready to transit to be a self-employed, when they have income coming in and they have passive income that is working for them. So for me, that's where I'm now in transition, where I will have an option of going back to the corporate, at the same time having a side hustle, or going into the full-time side hustle. But importantly that is where I'm now transiting into the self-employed quadrant at the moment, and then eventually it will be good to have a business. If you ask me, for me to have a business, to have a systems, that's why I'm learning from So Rich Woman, and that's why I'm learning from Janisha and James, who have done that, been there, and have successful results, to teach me, mentor me how to I build the business. But how to do that, I have to start from somewhere. I cannot just sit there and say, okay, today this is what I'm going to do, tomorrow this is what I'm going to do, and then okay, I fail. Okay, tomorrow do another thing again. Okay, fail. Then how? So in my corporate, when I was an employee and an investor, I had coach and mentor, and I learned from experts. So that's why I was able to achieve where I am in a short period of time. So I was able to 10 times my income in 10 years, from less than $2,000 to 10 times more. And importantly is to be able to save more, so that you can continue to invest, which gives you the returns and the passive income. So when I want to learn as a self-employed, doing business, now at the moment, I will start as a self-employed, right? Like self-employed quadrant is that, for example, that day James gave a very good example. James, who is a senior mentor, he said that dentist, for example, if a dentist, you have a receptionist, and then you see patients. So are you a self-employed or a business owner? Because this term is quite used interchangeably, self-employed or business owner. So self-employed is you still need to use your time, and you need to be there to see the patient as a doctor, as a lawyer. So you're still using your time. So that is self-employed. So for me, for example, if I want to be a trainer, I'm still self-employed because it needs my time. Then if I'm sick, I cannot train. Then I don't have the income because I'm sick, I cannot train. And then I need to get somebody to replace me, or I couldn't get somebody to replace me. So moving to the business owner, which is what I learned, is also like this example of a doctor. And then if he opened another clinic, and he duplicate himself, the system and the process, the same brand, and he got another doctor to do it as open up another clinic, and he has a system and a process, and he has the staff working there, and yet he's still collecting money by opening up a second clinic. So that is building a business. Yeah. So for me, in the past, when I was an employee, I did think of like maybe as a freelance trainer. When I leave corporate, I can be a freelance consultant. I can be a freelance trainer. But I'm still a self-employed because I still need to be there. I still need time. I still need to trade time for money. So at this stage, I will continue to look at the investment quadrant. Well, what are some of the investments that I can continue? Because like what Janisha has said, everything is going down. The prices, even fixed deposit is like how many percent? 0 point something percent now, 0.5, or it can get lower. So everything is going down. So this is the time when we can look at what are some of the things that we can look at and continue to invest. So at this stage where I am looking at going towards the business, building a business, but I have to start building myself. I mean, learning the skill set. That's what I'm doing now. Learning the skill set, how to brand myself, how to position myself. I don't like to sell, but I still have to I still have to make money without being salesy. Because I also learned from Janisha and James is that if you don't make enough money, then how are you going? Then we're going to eat grass. Then it's like most of the money is like out. Then not enough money to sustain even yourself. Then I'm going to eat grass already. Cannot sustain. So there's something very important aha moment for me is because like what Joanne said, I as a corporate employee, how do I sell? And I don't want to sell because to me, it's like selling is asking people to like doing me a favor. Like when I speak to friends I know or ex-colleagues I know, when I share with them something, they're so scared, you know. They're so scared. They're like, I want to earn their money or I'm going to sell them something. But I'm just sharing. I'm just sharing what I went through. Like, for example, I hate hunters contacting me more than 10 times in 3 months. Do you want to have that result? I'm just sharing. So, but some, not all, but some, they will have the mindset of, oh, you're going to talk to me about this. You're going to sell me this. You're going to sell me this product. You're going to sell me that. So I think that's not what we came from. But again, because it could be a few things like, are we solving the problem? Are they our target audience, target client, which is in Soul Rich Woman Blueprint, we learn about the fish. Are they the right fish that we want as a client? So I'm thankful that I'm in this stage where I'm learning. There's a lot more to learn, and I know just in corporate there is no shortcut. As in no shortcut, as in I still have to put in a lot of hard work and a lot of have to invest in mentorship and coaching and also in time and to learn as much as I can. And importantly is to learn from someone who is able to help you there from where you are to go there at the shortest possible of time by avoiding all the mistakes that it may happens along that journey. So just to summarize and conclude, for me, in all the 4 quadrants, I have been in the employee quadrant for 25 years. So I have to shift my mindset again to the business owner. Okay, maybe starting from the self-employed, then to the business owner, or maybe jump here and jump there. Like I can jump between self-employed and business owner mindset. This is one thing I learned in a corporate. When you want to be promoted to the next level, for example, from admin assistant, you want to be promoted to be a manager, executive or manager, you have to think like a manager. From a manager, you want to be promoted to a senior management director, you have to think like a senior management. You don't say, get me promoted, then I'll think. Because for me, I have team as big as 9 in one country and also in a few countries in most companies, is that if you think like that in your position, you will not get promoted because there's no visibility. Your boss will not see that you're able to be moved up to do the next level job. So I apply this to the business. I'm still new to this, I must say. So for me is, if I want to think like a business owner, if I want to do a business, I have to think like a business owner. I have to shift from an employee mindset to a business owner mindset. Yeah, so that I can work towards that. I have gaps, but I have to think of resources, how I work towards that to able to achieve that goal that I want. So that summarizes the ESBI quadrant.
Wow, very well said. Very well said. So I like it that you were very clear into how you move between the quadrants. And one of the things that I feel very interested about is talking about getting out of the rat race, right? Which a lot of the situation, especially with COVID, I think most likely more people will want to get out of the rat race because pay cut already. Right. I remember you told me that the company that you used to work for has pay cut, right, for the current employees.
Yeah.
So Anyway, so we have viewers here that says Shital Anat says that great insights. All right. So we see this is super awesome. So Jeanette, you are really inspirational and inspiring lives. I love that. Okay. So now anyway, I talk about topic of getting out of rat race, right? But anyway, I just want to bring the attention to a 14-year stay-at-home mom. I don't know how many of you here are stay-at-home moms. That means you are working from home or not working at all. You used to work maybe for 10 years or 8 years or 12 years, and then now you used to work for a couple of years, and then you have some savings, and then eventually when you got married, you have kids, you know, then life goes on, and then you decide to quit your job and then stay at home. So Joanne is a degree holder, okay? Our 14-year stay-at-home mommy has a degree in statistics, okay? She got statistics degree, okay? Right. Is that why you can have all 3 kids, the statistics come out, all can go through the DSA program? You calculate the statistics and probability of if I say on this year, right, then the kian will go to USA. And then if I have a pair of twins, my twins will be like that.
Yeah, so I do my calculation,
okay.
right?
Huh?
So
Sorry,
data
sorry.
is, so I say I do my calculation. Data is something that excites me, and I'm very interested in. But if you actually do the numbers, my
Okay, wait,
eldest is,
you are lagging. You are lagging.
I'm lagging. Okay.
Okay, let me just get you out.
Hmm.
So are we better now? Okay, try.
Okay, can you hear me?
A bit lag, a bit lag.
A bit lag.
A bit lag.
Okay. Okay, so should I? Okay, okay, I'm on Wi. I'm not on
Am I
Wi-Fi. I'm
continue?
on LAN. Yeah. Okay, I shall continue. So if you, as I mentioned just now, Janisha is saying I'm a 14-year stay-at-home mom. So basically, I studied for 16 years and then got married and stay at home for 14 years. So I studied more than the times that I actually stay at home. And actually, if you are actually very, if you know that my son is 17 this year and minus 14, actually, I have been in the employee quadrant for about 2 to 3 years. I actually never tried to work, not as if I never worked, but it was just very, very earlier on in my when the kids were very much younger. And the reason why I quit the job was like what Jeanette said, a lot of mothers, a lot of wives, a lot of daughters, actually, when they go to work, their heart and mind is not at work. It's actually at home. They worry about the maid. They worry about things not being done. They wish that they have more time to take care of the family. So for me, at the point of time when I was working, my dad had cancer and he had a relapse, and he was already in his last stage of his cancer stage. So that was where I decided that I'll just drop everything and just go and take care of him. And I was actually very thankful, and I'm actually very happy that I took that step, because had I not do it, I will not spend his last 4 months with him and to talk to him, to resolve some 了结 some 心事 with him, spend some time and really go and talk to him and really spend time with him so that he will pass on with no regrets. And so that actually got me thinking about going back to work. And that's where I decided that I don't want to, because that 2 years of working actually made me, the bonding that I had built with my kids, actually we were drifted further away. I don't know what my children are doing. They were in early primary school. And I actually don't know what they were doing, and I didn't have time to bother with them. So I decided that when my dad passed on, I decided to really stay full time at home, take care of my children, and then think about maybe when the kids grow up after finish their PSLE, or maybe in secondary school, or even finish uni, then I go into to find a job, or possibly have a side hustle. And so so in 2017, I had a chance to build my own business. Back then, when I was building the business, I also, because I didn't understand the quadrant, the understanding the definition of what it means by being a self-employed and a business owner. So like what Jeanette said, these words is actually loosely used. People will say, oh, when you own a business, that means you have a business, that you have your own company, you sell certain things, you do certain, you offer certain services, you're actually a business owner. But if you actually studied the book from Robert Kiyosaki, that is actually not the definition. Being a business owner means that people actually work with you. You have people who work for you as well. If you leave the business, the business do run by itself, but you do need to oversee it at some time, at some point in time. As for self-employed is totally different. You are actually working for the business, because without you, the business cannot function. And because of the belief system that I have, the misunderstanding of creating my own business and having my own business, I actually, like what Janisha shared with me, what I was doing previously that landed me into, my debt for my beauty business, was because I do treat the business like a hobby. Like, there's no system in place. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to find my clients. I just sell anyhow sell. Don't know how to sell properly. Just sell to my friends, forcefully sell to them. And at one point, even ask them to do charity. Oh, please buy from me. And also, because there's no system in place, today I feel like working, I work. Today I don't feel like working, then I don't work. And today, last week I earned $500 in my order. And then, so I decide that I want to take a break. So there's no structure in place. There's no, I keep wondering why I keep going round and round in circles, that I didn't know how to break out of this cycle. Constantly firefighting my business. I'm not getting clients, and clients are not buying from me. And what do? I plow in more of my savings into buying more products, thinking that if I have ready products, customers can come and pick and choose what they want. And when customers order from me, I buy I purchase it off first and then try to sell it with them. Didn't collect the money back. So my cash flow was terrible. My budgeting was also terrible because I didn't know how to budget the money. I had nobody to help me with, even though I do have mentors who help me to teach me how to sell, to have the product knowledge, how to sell, and how to talk to customers. But the very basic of understanding where the customers come from, I was not able to do it. So what was the secret that actually helped me to turn my debt into a monthly income? Was that I made up my mind to actually engage a mentor, like what Jeanette shared. After she invested in herself, she went for a course. She learned the ways to do it. She learned how she could change the mindset, her unstuck her self-limiting beliefs, things that she thinks that she could not do. She changed it. So the same for me as well. I used to think that it's very difficult to open my mouth and sell, to tell people to collect the money first. And then I also learned from, so my mentor, which is Janisha, changed my mindset and told me to relook at my all the monies and all the expenses and all my cash flow, and look at the products that I'm actually having, and then try to restructure it, try to package it to be resourceful. Like just now she mentioned, when you already don't have money, what are the things that you can do? I have the stocks. What can I do? What are the creative ways that I can do to help me to sell them off? Could it be coming out with a garage sale? Could it be packaging it, reselling them at a discount? Things like that. So we restructure it, and I re-looked at my expenses as well. So there are many, many wants rather than needs. So when I restructure it, I don't need a lot of things. Last time I used to buy the latest phones. I think that I need very expensive handbags, I need very expensive jacket. One jacket costs about one suit. It needs to be branded because that will give a very good impression to the customer. Even my shoes has to be branded as well. So I learned the different ways that actually you can have good buys. You can buy good deals. Firstly, you can also buy, if you have an eye and have very good taste, and you have a mentor to help you look at what is the products that you can buy to still look good, but you don't need to pay. It's probably 1/3, half, a fraction of the price that you need to pay. But you don't need that branded. So that's where I restructure my whole expenditure, and I found that actually I can eat from home. I don't need to go out and dine in to eat. So I cut all these expenses, and then that's where I plow in the extra money that I have to go into, like what Jeanette said, you pay back the debt first. I used to avoid and just pay the minimum. So that's where the interest would just roll and roll and roll. And I hide. I'm a avoider. So I hide all the bills. I don't want to see everything. And when I had Janisha and James, they actually sat me down and tell me that it's time to look at my big hairy monster, to face up to it and look at it and stop avoiding it. And when I talk about it and when I think through and I look at it, that's where I become more resourceful. I look at where are the different areas that I could cut the corners, cut and save. And that's where when you save and you repay it, rather than the minimum sum, that's where I could quickly repay the debt. And then Janisha at the same time helped me to transform my business. So I took up the certification of being a podcast coach, and I start serving my clients. I start serving customers, and I start to learn the way to focus on the right type of fishes that will come, that I can help them and that will pay me the most. And that's where I can start. That's where I start earning my my monthly income. And from the self-employed, I'm looking to go into the B quadrant, because I also don't want to constantly trade my time for money. So that's where I want to build my teams as well and scale my business. Yes, yeah. So if you look at the picture right now, so S is where you own a job. You think you own a business, but actually not. You actually own a job. And then for B is where you own a system, and that's where you could build your teams. You could build your many other businesses, multiple streams of income as well, so that you can actually leverage on the time, leverage on the system. You just have to work one time, it doubles up. Yes.
Wow, today talk about money so passionate.
Yeah, sweating already. I'm already sweating even though the aircon is on.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. So really, today we want to just quickly come in to share with you the two different profiles that we have, three, including myself, and really all these, knowing these quadrants, of course, the cash flow game and all these things, but not even going there yet, But are you aware which quadrant are you in? And actually, how can you get out of it? I think that is very important, because we want you to get out of it, either getting out of the rat race or being an employee like Jeanette and then becoming an investor at the same time, or like Joanne, being an employee, turn later on into a stay-at-home mom, and then now is a self-employed who now also leveraging. Actually, you're leveraging on our systems, Joanne, on our processes. Yeah, so that you can also free up your time. If not, I think you spend more time.
Yes.
Yeah. Correct. So all these things are important because we really want you to succeed in your business and in your life, right? So don't be afraid to ask us any questions. And you can actually put in your question to shor.by/ask. Okay, shor.by/ask. Okay, you can come and ask us any question. Just put your questions into the Google form. It's anonymous. Okay. It's on anonymous, so just feel free to do that. And then when you do that, we will answer them on the Facebook Live itself. So you notice the way we do our podcast and our FB Live and our YouTube Live is that we always answer all the questions first in our first segment. Usually it's called the Ask Janisha Anything segment. That is right over here. Let me just show you. So it's usually the Ask Janisha Anything segment where I answer all the questions possible, because there's always things in your mind and we really want to help you and support you to get out. So the topic that we've been talking about for the last 3 weeks is Secrets of the Money Blueprint. And this is very popular, really so popular. And that's why we are continuing to share about and talk about money. And we really want to guide you to have success in your money blueprint. So do remember to pop in the questions if you have any into shor.by/ask. And then if you have something like you want to upgrade yourself, you want to learn about branding, being more confident in the online space, do check out our online courses. It's absolutely affordable. Okay, being yourself is crucial of having success online. If you want to start a business, a side hustle, you need to know how to brand yourself, how to be confident online, so that you are not going to be the same as other people, right? So you can go to this soulrichwoman.com/brand21. Okay, soulrichwoman.com/brand21. And even though you have no products, services, or not a female entrepreneur yet, well, that program is for you. Okay, it doesn't have to be an entrepreneur, then you can take our program. In fact, we'll give you all the tools that you need to start to remove the blocks and limiting beliefs that hold you back. And comment, like I said, comment the video to let us know the beliefs that you are committed to rewiring. Okay, so the program definitely will help you to look into it. So coming up next week, like I share with you, if you really want to be born to be different, have a side hustle, get out of the rat race, and really look into your passive income, this coming Wednesday, okay, at 3 p.m. Do join us for Passive Income for Girls. Now, this is we're going to come in and share with you to be a somebody and not a nobody, and really get your business out there, okay? A side hustle ready to rock and roll. Don't need to wait for COVID to be over anymore. There's no need to wait. Okay, if you want to be like Charlotte, okay, she has gone from 1,000 leads in 14 days, okay, and 23,000 launch in 7 days, from having just 100 customers to 9,000 customers in 4 years, from a solopreneur to a team of 330, and from 1 outlet to 3 outlets, but now cannot open because COVID cannot open. So one part of her livelihood is affected, but she has pivoted to go online. Okay, let me show you her online platform. Let me see if I have the image with me. And it's really important to take note that even women like her is successful, have a lot of leads, have a lot of inquiries, but she's also working hard to repivot her business. So she repivot into this business called Life Sparks Fitness Online. Okay, and how we help her is really to show her the way through our Slow Rich Woman Blueprint. So go and check out our programs. Definitely we can help you. Okay, and even like I show you before and after of Jeanette, I talk about weight loss, how to slim down, okay, and how to look amazing. So this is how we do. And of course, we've got one more client we help as well, is to really look amazing and brand yourself so that you really can be a confident person online. You don't have to be a business owner. You can also look like this, okay, do a rebranding of yourself. Okay, it's important to look into all these factors, especially now is the time. You don't want to wait anymore. Okay, so I want to share with you one last thing, just one more thing. We have an upcoming podcast success blueprint masterclass. Okay, I'm going to add this in. Now, if you're looking to learn how to do marketing without showing your face, dang, 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 dang. Okay, the key thing is what? Without showing your face. Okay, so if you hate showing your face, you say, Janisha, I want to go have a side hustle, quit my job, get out of the rat race, and I don't want to show my face. Can or not? Can. Let me give you the link. Give me a moment. I'm going to show you this upcoming training we're going to do. So a lot of people are doing a lot of trainings, but I'm going to just share with you. This is the upcoming training that we are doing. It's not free, all right? It's not free. Okay, why am I telling you this? And I specifically say it's only $27. Okay, go to this link, womanpodcastasia.com/success. This is a voice marketing, teaching you how to do voice marketing, audio and voice marketing to turn no into yes, and how to be seen as a leader online. Okay, you don't need to show your face. We're going to share with you our secret. Okay, what secret we're going to share with you? Okay, it's a money back guarantee. Yeah, that means no risk at all. Okay, it's $27. Okay, you can see here. Okay, you can click this button to sign up. But why you must join us? Why show up? We're gonna show you how we help women like yourself to generate leads and inquiries. Okay, generate leads and inquiries. And it's backed by statistics. Okay, so if it's suitable for you, if you are entrepreneur who is really looking to generate leads online, and in this 4-hour training, we're going to give you, there's no selling. Yeah, it's here. We're going to teach you everything we know that can get you the results of getting yourself online. So you see, people already signed up. So we hope that you're one of them. We're going to talk about how you can really get unknown online, even you have no business, how you build trust online, even you have no business, how you can turn no into yeses online, even though you have no business, and 10x your financial independence. I'm going to show you also how you can get leads that pay you 75 USD to $48,900. Okay, in a few weeks with this method that we're going to share with you. Okay, so it's the podcast. It's not a podcast. Okay, it's actually the audio and voice marketing program. So we offer a personal money back guarantee. So after 4 hours, you be song, right? Not happy. Okay, don't worry. If you're not happy with our course, after 4 hours, you say, 4 hours, I learn nothing. Not good for me. Don't worry. Just write to us, refund you $27. Money back guarantee. Okay, so you don't have to worry, spend $27, learn nothing. There's so much for us to teach you and share with you. So go check out this program. Okay, so Charlotte, you can see, and then Jeanette has also very good results as well, and she's consistently being headhunted, and she still got leads and inquiries happening right now, even though it's COVID-19. Okay, so if you are looking to learn how to do voice marketing, okay, voice and audio marketing, don't need to show face. You want to learn this technique that we are using for a lot of the women. All right, this is the time to be missed. Okay, so what else we were going to share with you? Okay, this audio and voice marketing technique will reignite your prospects' genuine interest in you and your products and services. Okay, this is something that we're going to share. All right, money back guarantee. So who are the speakers? Myself. Okay, I'll be sharing with you. Okay, the date is reflected on the on the document, so you can go check it out. Okay, it's from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. All right, so myself. Okay, Joanne will also be teaching. And also Jeanette will also be teaching and sharing as well. Okay, 3 of us are going to come on in to guide you on this Power Pack program. Okay, you can't miss this if you hate losing prospects. Okay, you hate that you need to keep looking for audience, new people. It is suitable for you, and you cannot miss this if you don't know where to start. You are a 9-to-5 employee. You are worried about going online. Well, this masterclass is for you. It's only $27. Like I said, there is a money back guarantee. Okay, if after 4 hours you don't like, you just write to us, we refund you the money. But most importantly, it's only $27. So invest in yourself. Okay, invest in yourself. So this is a program that is very, 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 very important. Okay, so it's 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, so you can go to this link on our screen, screenshot this and go check it out and join our program. Okay, $27 only. It will help you to learn how to do marketing. Okay, so I repeat, how to use audio and voice marketing to turn no into yes as a leader online and 10x your financial independence without burning time, money, and energy. Okay, fastest way. All right, learn from us is the fastest way to shortcut your success, even though you have no business at all, and even though you are a 9-to-5 employee. So go check it out. Money back guarantee, no risk. Okay, but we want a commitment from you. Okay, we want a commitment from you. Okay, so this is a womanpodcastasia.com/success is where you can sign up for our training program. Okay, cool. All right, ladies, anything else to add? So one last thing before we go, can we share what is the one last advice you give to the viewers and listeners watching and listening in right now on their money blueprint? Yes, so Jeanette.
Yeah, so take the first step and don't think too much. Don't overthink, because when you make the first step, take action, and then you find more, you will get to learn more and find more opportunities coming to you. So that's my advice for the money blueprint, and do connect with any of us here if you have any more questions, or go to the website and sign up for our masterclass. I look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, it's live. So in case you're thinking, is it recorded or what? Now, this is absolutely a live stream, okay? 4 hours live. It's not a recorded online course. This is a live in person. You can ask questions face to face in the online workshop, okay? After you sign up, you pay, you will receive the link to join the workshop on the date stated on the website, okay? So you can go to the website to go check it out. Okay, Joanne, is there anything you would like to add?
Yes, yeah. So for those who are now listening in, you are feeling stuck, you don't know what to do, I will highly recommend that, go through all the links that we have given to you. Don't just listen. Take some action, like what Jeanette say. Take action, and if let's say you are stuck, you don't have money, don't worry, we have free resource. If you do have a little bit of money, take up the podcast.com/success. It's only $27. And if you have a bit more money, you can pick up a call. You can call Janisha, you can call me, you can also call Jeanette. We are all here to help. We are all here to listen to you. Only when you reach out to us, then we can help to tailor solutions. We can help to offer our solutions to you.
Okay, so go check out this training program. It's only $27. It's live. So remember, join us as we discover the exact launch and growth strategies we help women leaders, 9 to 5 employees, and female entrepreneurs in Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Hong Kong to go from local to international within 30 days, to have followers in 60 countries combined. So if you want to learn our secret of how we help women who have no business to have followers in 60 countries in 3 months, come and join us on this program, okay? And learn how to do lead generation also, okay? It's only $27, okay? All you need to do is show up and click on the button to make the payment, okay? So that's important. All right. So thank you very much. And remember to join us for the upcoming class this coming Wednesday. We're going to share with you how you can really transform your own passive income product as well, and we look forward to seeing you really soon. Okay, Ken? All right, thank you very much, and see you on Wednesday. Okay, so this is the class that's coming up on Wednesday, and bye for now. Remember, you have a diamond that is within you and you deserve to shine.
After I found So Rich Woman, that's where my life has been transformed.
When we first approach her,
You were crying over the phone.
I never had this result before in my whole career.
We all have a dream.
and now because we found our success, so we're here to share.
Number 1 is really focus on your dream and then build the journey. And when you build your journey, really look at all the things that is stopping you.
Selling anything online is easy when you are seen as a leader.
Time is money.
Do things that give you results, because then you will not waste your time.
Compassion is not enough to tide you through. You need to really be able to do things what others are not willing to do. Business without emotions, then it's very difficult to understand how to help another woman shine.
We would like you to really step out and ask for help, really. Don't be paise. There's nothing wrong. We are just human.
I walk with you and I'm on a journey with you.
We are all trained by Janisha. Do it now. HTTPS //
Leader, man.
Thank you, everybody.
这个好像在我 success, it's a half time or time or something.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't know why. When you talk about this, the whole pool start to dance, you know. You asked me about my dream. I teared, right? Janisha, I teared because it was something I did not think about.
When we give another person hope, it's the biggest gift. Give any person.
When a woman changes her life, her entire community will benefit.
We are here, right here, just waiting for you to reach out to us. Yeah.
The key to unlock consistent success. The key to unlock that diamond within you. No other things involved. This is what you need to do and must do tonight.
You can do it because I've done it. As long as you have a mentor who can take you from where you are now to where you want to be, you can shortcut your success.
You can be different in order to make a difference. The Soul Rich Woman Blueprint is going to be transforming your life today, yesterday, last year. Because you took action today, I'm going to say more power to you.